Hi YouTube, it's Narissa. This video is going to be on gemstones and their magical uses. This is the second part of every stone that a witch should have. So I had picked out 13 stones and I did the first 6 in the previous video. I am only going to do 6 today because the 13th one, I believe, I want to set it up to where you see all the colors in it because it's an important stone, and I'll tell you later why. But I have all my stones here ready. Some of them I was going through, and my storages need to be refilled. I'm just, either I'm using them in spells or something along that way, or I'm giving them away. You know, people, what would be best, and I'll wrap something and give it to a person, or sometimes I'll even sell them, just, you know, depending on the situation. So let's get to these 6 that I have for you today. And let's see, let's do the first one would be Hematite. Okay, Hematite has a couple of variations. Most of them, it's like black with silver. You can see this piece better. Okay, here's a necklace disc. All right, see how it's black and it's got kind of that silver on the outside of it. It comes magnetic. It has magnetic polarities. What is? Just kind of see. So they come in magnets, and yes, the non-magnetized one will still stick to it. And there are different stones that have, you know, a form of some type of metal in them that it will pick them up. And tiger iron is one of them. But we're going to talk about hematite. This stone is one of my favorites. I used this a lot for my children. It's for healing, grounding, and divination. It is projective, and its element is fire. It draws illness from the body. It can be used for scrying. It's also known as the volcanic spirit. It's excellent for grounding. Okay, so if a child has ADHD or can't seem to focus or anything like that, this is a good one to put in their backpack to go to school. It helps them ground, it helps them stop, it helps them think. Another thing with the grounding on this one, if you wear it, it helps you ground. If you're nervous or flighty or anything, something's going on that's making you unable to settle down and think about it or do what you've got to do, this is a stone to wear. It's excellent for that, excellent for grounding. And of course, the reason divination is you can use it as a scryer. So that's hematite. Let's go on to jet. Jet is a black. This is my big jet. Okay. And here's a small raw cut piece. It's black. It is very lightweight. It's a very lightweight. It almost has, when you tap on it, you can kind of hear it's almost plastic in a hearing and feel. That's how you know that it's jet, not onyx. Onyx is hard, it's glass-like. That's where you get, you know, when you're looking at jet, when you see it, okay, or feel it. Pick up them stones, feel them, okay? Jet is protection, luck, divination. It is receptive. and it is a, its element is earth. Sorry, my eye's itching. Um, you can actually, what I've done with this one, to help with divination or luck or anything like that, I'll actually put one of those stones in a glass of water, and then I'll drink the water. This also absorbs energies, and you can take a piece of it and burn it in fire to protect absent family members. So if you have a family member that's overseas or at work or whatever, they'll throw a piece of jet in a fireplace, a fire pit, and that helps project that protection for that person that is out and about. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do amber now. Amber is one of those stones that you want to watch real closely when you buy it. Okay, there is fake amber out there, and they're very good at disguising it. But I don't have a piece that is loose. This is one of the stones I need to get a loose piece for, so I'm going to show you pieces of my jewelry. All right, but amber is, this is my amber ring. Yeah. Okay, this is Baltic amber. See, the Baltic amber has a lot more bubbles in it. Now, when you're looking at the fake, the bubbles are solid round. They're not, you know, flat, or it just has big round circles of air bubbles in it. It's like somebody shoved something into a liquid and made an air bubble. You can tell. And then also it's like jet. It has that, it's resin. It's petrified resin. So it's got that plastic sound when you tap it. Here's my necklace that I made. I wear it when I do, see how dark and pretty that is? It does come in different colors. You can see it almost in like a yellow honey color, or this golden brown color, amber color. It also comes in like a green, almost like a sage color, but that's my amber necklace. So amber is for strength, beauty, love, protection, and healing. It is one of the top stones worn by witches, along with a piece of onyx or jet. Jet is a little bit more powerful with it, but onyx also is good with it. But it's one of the most worn by witches. It's projective. Its element is fire. You can wear it for protection against negative magic. So if somebody's throwing something at you, you want to be wearing this one. Always keep a piece on you, maybe, or a piece of jewelry, or even little amber earrings or something. You also can place it on your altar to intensify your magical working. So a piece of amber kind of intensifies what you're doing. All right, so let's go on to the next stone. I'm going to do carnelian. Carnelian's really a pretty stone. I think it is. It's a Datella carnelian. It's almost a see-through opaque stone. It's not a solid color. I mean, there's going to be edges that you can kind of see around, but it's almost like an orangish color. You can see. And the darker they are, the prettier they are, but there are light ones. This one's pretty light. See, it's gonna have that. But it's a nice, pretty orange color, and it's glass feeling. You can hear that Nice solid glass sound. It's peace, courage, and sexual energy. It is a chalcedony. That's why you can see through it. Jaspers you can't. Chalcedonies you can. Okay. It's projective, and fire is its element. It's used for astral vision and travel, self-confidence, if you wear it. If you use it for astral vision or travel, it's also good for dream walking. But that's carnelian. Okay, let's do lapis. Now, the next two I'm going to do, always get people to pick them up and get them confused, because they look really close to each other. They're really close, but we're going to do lapis lazuli. All right, and I brought out one of my big eggs. When you look at lapis, can you see that? It's got a little bit of gold in it. Okay, blues and whites. It's almost like it's got a piece of pyrite struck through it. See it? That fool's gold. Okay, and a smaller stone here, we can get some, maybe it'll come even darker. But you can kind of see there's, come on camera. I was going to do this in the daylight, but the sun, you couldn't see the stone as good with the light behind me, and the way I'm set up, this was a better deal. The difference between the two that we're going to figure out which is which, lapis, sodalite. See the dark blue and the white veins? There's no gold in sodalite. There is in lapis lazuli. Okay. Lapis is for joy, love, and fidelity. It's a receptive, and its element is water. It strengthens bonds between lovers, and you carry it to bore its magical power of deity. So this is something that you can maybe infuse with your favorite deity. I use this one for Isis. It's on my Egyptian altar. So that's what that's good for. Sorry, I'm not so today at this moment. Anyhow, so let's see here. The next one we're going to do is Sodalite. Sodalite is for peace, meditation, wisdom, and healing. It's receptive, and its element is water, and it heals emotionally. This is the healing stone. So a lot of people use blue stones for healing. And this is one of them. This here is my Sodalite ball. Let's see if I can get it, because it's such a pretty dark one. Can you see the little white striations? And you can kind of see that. Yeah. But Sodalite gets confused with Lapis. Lapis has gold flecks in it. Sodalite does not. That's how you'll be able to tell it apart when you're looking at your stones. See the white striations in it? But that is Sodalite. And it's another hard glass-like stone. All right, so we've got two more. Let's go ahead and do Citrine. All right, Citrine is an anti-nightmare. It's protection, optimism. It's projective. Its element is fire, and it clears your aura, stimulates the intuitive, and optimism and abundance. So this is the stone that I only had one big stone of, and I had already wrapped it. This is the sister to the amethyst. Remember, the amethyst, the purple, due to temperatures, sometimes you'll get citrine, and that's where you get ametrine. So everybody should have a couple of pieces of citrine. I have to go buy some more citrine. I'm almost out, because the only other citrine I found was in my citrine bottle. The ones that I put in my oils. But it's a nice, pretty, golden, bright yellow. It's just really pretty yellow. The last one we're going to do is Moonstone. Every witch should have a piece of Moonstone. And I get questioned a lot about, well, the Moonstone, you know, it's white, and no. There's a variation in Moonstone, okay? Just a regular standard Moonstone, there's like 3 colors. And see the white and the peach and the gray? I didn't have chunks of these pieces. I had jewelry making stuff, so I put them on a thing today so you could see the variation in the color. But there's gray and a peach and a white. It'll sometimes have little black dots in it, but Moonstone is kind of milky, and it looks like it has trickle downs in it. It have that. It's a milky looking. It's never crystal, and it has kind of a sheen to it. The other famous Moonstone that is popular is the Rainbow Moonstone. Okay, I have only jewelry in it. I'm wearing it. So, see that blue flash? This is rainbow. This is Rainbow Moonstone. See that blue flash? That's why they call it Rainbow Moonstone. It has that flash. Labradorite has the same flash. The rule of the stone. Okay, I'm going to tell you, if you want to keep that flash, that pretty blue, how it just kind of, that blue comes in there and moves. Moonstone has a thin, minute, thin sheet of water in it. Now, this sounds weird, but in between the layers there's water, and that's what causes that rainbow. This stone, do not let it sit in the sun, because that water will evaporate, and then you get just that plain little white one on the top. Okay? You don't want to let it sit in the sun, ever. If you can, store it in a jewelry box. If you're going to put it out to energize your Moonstone, put it only in the moon. Make sure it doesn't get, just try to keep it away from the sun. I know when you're out wearing it or whatever, that's fine, but don't just let it sit for a day or 2 in the sun, because it'll eventually evaporate out, and then you won't have that pretty rainbow sheen anymore. Okay, the stone is absolutely fascinatingly gorgeous. See the blue in it? It's kind of milky. Okay, so Moonstone is love, divination, sleep, gardening, dieting. It's receptive, and its element is water. Wonder why? The moon. Best used in a waxing moon. Use in your magical jewelry or altar stuff. Lunar goddess power. This is how to connect with the lunar goddesses, the night goddesses. So that's my take on the 6 stones. Now, the one stone that I'm going to do its own little video on is going to be calcite. And the reason I'm going to do calcite is calcite has many colors. And honestly, I need to go buy a couple of the colors to show you. I want to be able to show you these stones so you know what they look like. All right. So calcite will have its own little video, hopefully in the next week or so, when I get to town to go pick out pieces, because stones are the only things that I will not buy untouched or unseen. So I need to get, I have a piece of yellow, and I have a piece of, it's kind of like an orange color, but I don't have the green, I don't have the blue, and the red color. That they come in several, and these stones are excellent for using as your quarter stones, not to mention other things. So we'll get into, they'll have their own little video. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out a little bit. When using stones in your workings, remember that, remember, when using stones in your workings, you can, there's many ways to use it, from wearing to making jewelry, to putting it in oil, or putting it in a sachet, or putting it in a little baggie and putting it in the backpack of a child, or a wallet, a purse, however you want to do that. Wearing them, I wear stones. That's why most of my stones are jewelry. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Bright blessings. And I'm going to get that little goddess out. I think I'm going to go ahead and do Isis. I'm going to do Isis, I think. So I finally picked one that I wanted to do. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for stopping by. Bright blessings.